Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Wicked T. Today is the 30th of April according to my little friend BB8. He's got his calendar on there. So it's the end of month vlog for April. And it's been another typical month. Been a few birthdays this month. Mother's Day coming up next month. I won a few games. Actually, Dusty won. One in particular that I think I'm gonna have him play Saturday. Nice day for fishing from Viva La Dirt League. Really excited for that one. I had a dev reach out to us for Pizza Empire, and I got a cool little pizza slice mouse icon. So when I'm playing it, it looks like a pizza slice instead of just a mouse pointer. And so he seemed to like the video, or yeah, he seemed to like the video, and yeah, it was a pretty typical month. Got, including today and yesterday, 14 videos done this month, with 2 more coming up Friday and Saturday. And then I'm house sitting this weekend as well. So I'll probably have Dusty do his video tomorrow after Friday Night Friday, after I do the Friday Night Friday recording. So I can edit and get it all ready to post for Saturday, and probably set up the auto upload for that one. But Dusty is up next with his archaeology review, and then I'll be back afterwards to talk about the month again. Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Dusty. Today we're doing another archaeology review for the month of April, and we're going to begin with monumental, if it goes, yeah, there we go. Monumental statue unearthed in northern Egypt. Haram Online reports that an upper half of a massive statue has been unearthed at the Tel El Faroun site in the eastern Delta area of northern Egypt. Hisham El-Lethi of the Supreme Council of Antiquities said that the monument is thought to depict Ramses II and had been reused in antiquity. So here's the dig site, and here is the portion of the statue they found. Now it's likely part of a group of 3 statues originally stood in a temple in the capital city of Per-Ramses. So again, there's the sphinxes, and these are Ramses II face on those, or at least on this one. This one might actually just be a sphinx. But I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, look at this. This site's massive, and they're just working in this one pit over here where they dug up this statue. It's a very big site. Next is early ship burial discovered in Norwegian on Norwegian Island. Sorry, according to a phys.org report, analysis of early ship burial in Norway is pushing back the use of monumental ship burials in Scandinavia by about 100 years. Researchers from Norwich University of Science and Technology and their colleagues used metal detectors to search the Herlongshaugen mound on the island of Leka, and recovered 29 iron rivets that had been used to build the ship. Most of the wood of the ship had rotted away, but a small amount of wood that remains attached to the nails were radiocarbon dated to 700 CE. In the new date suggests this new date. Sorry, I am not very good at reading today. This new date suggests large seagoing vessels were in use before the beginning of the Viking Age, around 800 CE. Constructing such large mounds would have required the command of a powerful king or chief and plenty of labor, the scientists say. So as you can see, here is the mound, and inside this would have been a fairly substantial ship. I mean, that's a 2-story house there, and you could easily fit it in this hole that they put in this mound. So yeah, that's amazing. I love Viking ships, longboats. They're amazing. I love them. Just seeing them, even in games like Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed, seeing them in that was amazing. Being able to command one was great. Next, we have imported silver and medicinal drink identified in Etruscan tomb. New examinations of artifacts recovered from a tomb discovered in 1927 near the Etruscan site of Byzanzoe suggests luxury materials from the Western Mediterranean were traded to the interior of the Italian peninsula, according to a La Brula Verde report. Located in central Italy's necropolis of Olmo Bello, a rectangular stone cist containing cremated remains, weapons, and ceramics dated to between 750 and 725 BCE. Members of the Institute of Heritage Science said that these artifacts, a bronze brooch, had been wrapped in a thin ornamental silver wire shaped in a series of groove rollers. So as you can see, here is part of it. I'm assuming this looks like this end, but this is a close-up of it, and as you can see, there are grooves where the wire should be and where it's been pushed out due to age. But it's a pretty cool little thing. There was something about the there's a flask. Oh yeah, made from a gourd that had been preserved in the tomb. Gas chromatography and mass spectrometry analysis of the residue in the gourd detected organic compounds commonly found in fermented fruit juice, perhaps a grape, apple, or pear. The tartaric acid, a compound of wine, was found. Tests conducted on the gourd residue also identified heated pine resin and mastic resin, which were believed to be medicinal. So it's cool that they keep finding so much stuff in a lot of these sites where they've been working for years. Next, we have Bronze Age jewelry unearthed in northern Germany. According to Greek Reporter article, a collection of Bronze Age jewelry was discovered in northern Germany during a construction of a wind farm. The cache was lifted with surrounding soil from the site for excavation under laboratory conditions by researchers from the Lower Saxony State Office for Monument Preservation. The 3,000-year-old neck collar, arm spiral, and sheet metal ornament and disc pin are thought to have belonged to at least 3 different women. One necklace was made from 150 amber beads. The valuable deposit, which is known as the Alum Hoard, is thought to have been buried by local elites for religious reasons. Investigation of the 23-acre wind farm also uncovered traces of 2 dwellings built by early farmers in the linear pottery culture. In the 6th millennia BCE, groupings of buried dogs, Roman pottery, and a comb decorated with brass rivets date to the 4th and 5th century CE. As you can see, we have the gold neck bracelet, the amber beads. What did they call this thing? Gold or silver? I'm not sure. Where was it? A neck collar. So yeah, there is a lot of stuff, and unlike most digs where they dig it out in the site and then bag it and catalog it at the site, this is just shoveled out in a great big block of dirt and dropped in one of these protective cases and then shipped off to a museum where that is all done there, where it can be better protected. So that's awesome to see. You hardly ever see that, although I'm sure they do it with more valuable finds, because it would be the thing to do for valuable stuff. Next we have exact location of Shakespeare's London house found. According to a statement released by King's College London, the location of a property purchased by William Shakespeare in 1613 has been pinpointed on a previously unknown plan identified by Lucy Munro of King's College London. Located in the Blackfriars neighbourhood of central London, the property was situated in the gatehouse of a medieval priory that gave the neighbourhood its name. But scholars had been uncertain as to where that gatehouse stood on the site. Munro recovered 2 documents from the London Archive and one from England's National Archive that helped resolve this problem. The first document was a plane of Blackfriar Precinct that was drawn in 1668 after the Great Fire of London. This drawing shows the location and size of Shakespeare's house, except for the section that spanned the medieval gate, since it did not have a foundation. It did not survive the fire. The drawing does not detail the interior layout of the house, though it does reveal that the house was divided into 2 houses in 1645. So, as you can see, here is one of the documents, and the other one is, I think, underneath it there. So this is Blackfriar Priory, and I think, where did I see the gatehouse? Over here. Oh no, over here. Sorry. So this would be the gatehouse. This would be the gate to the priory. The guards would stay in here and would take turns doing shifts out here. So this building was later divided into 2 houses. But we're not, like they said, we're not exactly sure of what the floor plan would be. At least giving it a quick glance, I think that's it. I guess it could be either one of these two. This looks like an entryway into the priory, but not being familiar with the area myself, I could not tell you exactly which one is which. Yeah, I can't read some of this scrawling handwriting, so I'm not quite sure. But next we have a shipwreck mapped in Bay of Gibraltar. The Guardian reports that more than 130 shipwrecks have been found in the Bay of Gibraltar by Project Heracles, a team of researchers from the University of Cadiz and the University of Granada. The wrecks range in date from the 5th century BCE to World War II and include 23 Roman ships, 4 medieval ships, and the engine and propeller of a plane from the 1930s. Ships from Venice, Spain, and England have been identified among the 34 wrecks and have been documented so far. One of the vessels is the Punta Mayorga 4, an 18th century Spanish gunboat that would have been disguised as a fishing boat while attacking British ships of the line around Gibraltar. So I'm not sure which wreck this is specifically of the 34, but they're mapping it all out. They're putting up the lines to map distances and make sure they have an accurate reading and drawing of this whole bay, I'm assuming. And these are some of the other components of the ships, or maybe the propeller of the plane. I'm not quite sure what that is. But that is awesome. I especially like the part with the gunboat, how the Spanish would disguise it as a fishing ship to attack British warships. That's hilarious. The Spanish are so clever. Next we have Roman Emperor identified and Karnak stele. Restoration work on the gate to the north of the Karnak temple has uncovered a 2,000-year-old stele depicting Roman Emperor Tiberius, according to the Live Science report. The emperor, who ruled from 14 CE to 37 CE, is shown with an Egyptian deity Amun. It's plural, deities. Amun, Mut, and Khonsu as a representation of his power and legitimacy. Egyptologists of the Luxor Department of Antiquities and the Egyptian French Archaeological Center explain that the ruler of Rome, Roman province of Egypt, Tiberius, was responsible for maintaining what the Egyptians called Ma'at, or divine order. So as you can see, here is Luxor. I'm assuming this is near the gate they were working on. Although it's hard to tell from here where the gate is. This looks like the interior of the religious complex. And here is the stele. So I'm assuming this would be the Roman emperor. And these are the three gods that he's depicted with. Just judging by the headdresses. It would take me some time to get out my Egyptology stuff and decode this, so I'm not going to do that here. But it's very interesting to see how the Romans maintained control over the Egyptians by giving their rulers legitimacy by using Egyptian gods. It's the same thing that happens with a lot of Jewish, Christian, Muslim sects, where they go into an area, and to maintain control over that area, they bring their religious beliefs and kind of skew current religious beliefs in an area to work for them. It's kind of crazy how that works. Next we have lost ancient automatic weapon fired in Pompeii. The polybolus has long been a legendary weapon of Roman military might, both in the sense that it could inflict tremendous damage and that it may have never existed. But archaeologists and engineers of the University of Campani, Luigi Vanvitelli, and the University of Bologna have identified ancient artillery holes that they believe correspond to the shots from the device, according to a Diario AS report. The polybolus, literally meaning multi-thrower, was a chain-driven, freestanding catapult that fired metal-tipped bolts from a magazine in quick repeating succession automatically, according to a description by Philo of Byzantium, a Greek engineer living in the 3rd century BCE. He attributed its invention to Dionysius of Alexandria, but Philo's description was the only historical and archaeological evidence that the machine gun style weapon ever existed, and attempts to build one in the 20th century met with mixed results. Researchers led by University of Campani engineer Adrian Rossi may have found where the polybolus left its mark. However, Rossi identified several series of square ballistic impact holes, each followed by a curved path in the walls of Pompeii. So that's pretty amazing. This is an AI generated image. This ballista looking thing here, and this is the wall around Pompeii. I think this is also AI generated. This is an illustration of the holes where the bolts would have been. So they kind of curved upwards or downwards, I suppose. But to see the possibility of a weapon that was basically an ancient world machine gun actually being used, and the only description of it is this one engineer that we have, records from this one engineer. That's pretty incredible. I mean, it would be amazing if things like this could be replicated, but so far, not. It's been kind of mixed. But again, that is amazing. Actually, I don't know if you can you? I don't know if you can even see that behind me. Here, if I go like this, can you see it then? But yeah, that's pretty cool. And next we have 12,900-year-old dice identified among Native American artifacts. People living in Western North America more than 12,000 years ago played games of chance, according to a Live Science report. Robert Madden of Colorado State University identified and examined more than 600 sets of dice, or binary lots, recovered from 45 different archaeological sites in the western United States on both sides of the Rocky Mountains. The artifacts date from 13,000 to 450 years ago. The objects can either be curved or flat and are marked on one side while the other side is blank. Tossing a binary lot is similar to flipping a coin, Madden explained. And then it goes into detail about certain games. But as you can see, he has quite a collection of these binary lots. Some look like they're just broken pieces of rock and that have been marked. Others look like arrowhead or flint shavings from arrowhead work. Some look like bone. It's quite an assortment, which is kind of cool. And I never thought they actually had dice in North America that long ago. But this proves me wrong, that's for sure. They were all gambling addicts. Then we have, lastly, we have a 19th century Danish warship discovered in Copenhagen harbor. The Guardian reports that debris from the Danish flagship Dannenbrogge has been discovered at the bottom of the Copenhagen harbor. The 157-foot warship was commanded by Commodore Olfert Fischer and sunk by Admiral Horatio Nelson during the Battle of Copenhagen in 1801. Denmark's navy had formed a blockade outside the harbor when the British Navy attacked. Cannonballs hit the Brogge's upper deck before shelling set the vessel on fire, and it eventually exploded. Morten Johansen from Denmark's Viking Ship Museum and his colleagues have recovered 2 cannonballs, uniforms, insignias, shoes, bottles, and a human jawbone from the bottom of the harbor. They also determined that the wooden ship's parts they recovered matched the historical drawings of the Dannenbrogge, and the dendrochronological dating of the wood fits the year the ship was constructed. So here you see a radar image, or maybe a sonar image, some sort of underwater image of the ship's remains spread over quite a wide area, it looks like. And down here is a shoe that they recovered. So I thought that was amazing because, like I said, warships are cool. I love them. And that's it for this month's archaeology review. If you enjoyed this, drop a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. It's free, helps out the channel, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed Dusty's archaeology review. It was another good one. Especially that little thing he did about the automatic ballista style weapon. The Polybolus. That's pretty good. That was pretty good. I like that one. Too bad there was nothing but AI generated images in like drawings. There really wasn't any actual evidence to go on, which is unfortunate because that sounded like a cool weapon. But yeah, otherwise, as I said before, it was a pretty standard month. Got a bunch of videos done and posted. There were a couple times, like I think last Friday or the Friday before. One Friday, Fright Night Friday video, I could have sworn I posted it. Then about 9 o'clock, Dusty told me I still hadn't posted it. So that one is really late, and that's my fault. I think the video afterwards, the Saturday session afterwards, was also a little late. I think 2 hours or so. Not 9 or 10 o'clock at night like the Fright Night Friday one was, but yeah, I was way off on my sleep schedule, so I took a nap and completely forgot. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen this month coming up. May seems like it's going to be another standard month. Besides house sitting for my sister this weekend, I don't have anything else on the schedule. So I should be able to get my sleep schedule back on track and get all our videos edited and posted on time. And then Dusty will be playing his games as always. He gets up fairly early and does them in the morning, and then I spend the afternoon editing them and cleaning them up a bit, and then yeah, well, that's if they work. There were a couple this month where it wasn't really working with the OBS. I don't know why. Dusty's mouth was way behind on everything, and there was like one where he thought he could play with a controller, and it ended up being the keyboard only, and that was just a mess because all you could hear was the keyboard clicking in the background. I have to figure out. I'm gonna have to start looking at the games before I let him play them, to see if they're keyboard or controller. If they're keyboard, I'll have to swap them out for the old keyboard that isn't mechanical, and actually has very low definition keys, like barely off the keyboard, so it makes no noise at all. The mechanical one, for his purposes, is actually really noisy. Apparently, Spacebar stops the recording on OBS. I was pressing it to show that that it's noisy, but yeah, it apparently stops OBS if I hit Spacebar. But yeah, as you know, mechanical keyboards are quite noisy. So hopefully we can figure out which games require keyboards and which ones can use the new controller, and then I can just swap out the keyboards. But yeah, otherwise, we're hoping next month is about the same. So far, we've been able to keep the lights on in the recordings, so we're making our bills, and that's about it. Haven't been able to save up any money for a new computer, which is kind of disappointing, but we're working on it, and we're actually gaining subscribers. I think we're up to 165 or 168 or something. So we've gotten a few this year, which is very nice. Again, I'd love to make it to 300 by the end of the year, and I guess 500 is the minimum to start making money on YouTube. But who knows? That changes every couple months with YouTube. But hopefully we'll get there eventually. We need another video to pop off. Like, actually, we need a couple to pop off in a row. Like Dusty's Amarillo's butt slapper video. Last time I checked, it was up to like 12,000 views or something, which is really good for our channel. I think the next closest one is about 3,000 views, so a quarter of what that one's doing. And sure, in the comments we're getting called out for being weird because we played a anime girl butt slapper game. It's just a game. Who the heck cares? But hopefully we get a couple more videos that get those kind of numbers. And yeah, that's about it for this month. So if you enjoyed these videos, these vlogs, let us know in the comments below. Let us know if there's anything we can change about the vlogs. And subscribe. It's free. Helps out the channel. And I will catch you all at the end of next month. Bye-bye.